both of you, what clicked in the fourth quarter to help you guys kind of pull ahead and tell them not in our house?
I think that throughout the third quarter, especially, we were trading buckets a lot. We kind of got what we wanted on offense, but we weren't really digging in on defense. So I think that in between quarters, we kind of focused on getting 3 stops in a row and taking it like set by set so we could focus on that. And I think that once we started getting stops, we started to pull away.
Oh, yeah, I would agree. We knew that we could match their intensity, and we knew that we were a much better team defensively as well. And so we just kind of locked in on defense, like Caileigh said, and, scored on the offensive side as well.
Caileigh, for you now, it's 57 points across the last 3 games.
Oof.
What's been clicking for you offensively?
I think that, I just got off to a slow start this season, and I kind of got in my head a little bit, and my coaches and my teammates really helped me pull out of that, and I think that it's really just about confidence. I feel my confidence coming back, and I think that these last 3 games were a good showing of what kind of team we can be.
Mel, for back-to-back games, 20-plus points, have you noticed anything over the past 2 games that's sort of different in your game?
Not really. I'm kind of just going out there and just freestyling, to be honest. Just going and taking open shots. My teammates are really good at giving me the ball and knowing how I play it to fit into the offense and stuff. But I'm just out there playing basketball. That's really it.
For either of you guys, this Rutgers team knocked you out of the Big Ten tournament last year. Was this one that was circled on the calendar that you knew ahead of time because they were the team to end the season last year?
Hell yes.
Yes. Absolutely yes.
And then just kind of going off that, in those 2 games you guys played last year, they won the battle in a big way in terms of points in the paint and fast break points, and you guys win both of those categories tonight. Was there a real effort specifically in those 2 places to make a big turnaround compared to where this team was last year?
Yeah, I think that especially as a post unit, we talked about outscoring them in the paint and limiting their touches. They're ducking, so I think that we focus on that a lot, and I think that it turned out well.
24 assists on 28 made shots.
Wow.
Can you guys kind of talk about the emphasis on ball movement, and you guys have some great point guards, and Caileigh and obviously yourselves as well are able to find anyone open. So
Point guard.
No, I think this team, we put emphasis in practice on passing because sometimes our passes are horrible. I mean, we had some turnovers today off of our passing. But overall, we have great passers on our team. Caroline's one of them. I think she had 7. I don't know. She had 4, I don't know, came from 8 assists today? Yeah, ridiculous. So, we put emphasis on passing the ball, and we did a really good job today.
I also think that we just are really good at playing together. I think that we like each other, and I think that shows on the court, and I think we want to get each other the ball.
How important is this starting off conference play and building momentum just to get off to a good start?
I would say it's really important. I think that when we went to Maryland, we played a really good first half, and then we kind of fell off and got soft, but I think that here we made an emphasis on staying mentally tough, and I think that this 1-1 record is good going forward.
Yeah, last year was a tough year, and so we're using that as fuel to build back. We have literally nothing to lose. We came in last in the Big Ten, we got a chip on our shoulder, and we're here for everybody, coming after everybody.
Play like that, and they're gonna have problems.
Yep.
I want to make another video quote.
Even though we played at Maryland in early December, everybody played 1 Big Ten game. You feel like after Christmas, this is really the start of you've done your non-conference, and so we talked about to win in the Big Ten and to grind, how hard it is. Every team can beat each other, and I thought the home court started to come into play a little bit in the fourth quarter, and it's really you can never get ahead of yourself in this league. So I thought it was just a really hard-fought win. Rutgers, I thought, was physical. They played really well. Especially in the first half, we couldn't. We kept matching baskets, and then they went on a little run, and then I thought we clamped down defensively. In the second half, I thought we were a lot more aware of their shooters and try to keep them off the glass. So hard-fought win.
Coach, 6-game losing streak that then was parlayed into a 3-game win streak.
Okay.
What does that say about the resilience of this group? And also, can you pinpoint, was there a specific moment in which you felt
I appreciate the question. During we played a tough schedule. You're at places like Notre Dame We played two really, really good teams in Las Vegas and Florida State and Belmont. At DePaul is always a hard-fought, tough game. So, our schedule was tough too. And I thought winning at Temple right before Christmas, we showed some resiliency. We showed, against I think Temple is going to be in the top 2 or 3 in their league, and on the road, tough place to play. And I thought we showed a lot there. So I was really encouraged after that game. The Maryland game, which was December 10th, a while ago. At Maryland, they've been, one of the dominant teams, just like we've been too over the years in the league. And ironically, we beat them here 2 or 3 years ago. All these players came back today. We beat Maryland here the year we won the Big Ten, and had them beat at Maryland too. Just couldn't finish it. We turned it over late. So I thought we played well at Maryland. The game was a lot closer than the final score, but that encouraged me that we could play on the road against, one of the toughest teams in the Big Ten the last 10 years. A lot of talking.
Where does the resilience come from? Is there like one player that's like a general on the bench? Because, it's got to be hard to not get discouraged sometimes.
I think we're young too, so I think that probably helps a little bit. I think Caileigh Lau is going through, having the opportunity to run the team, and I think, she's been, people are coming at her on defensively and, trying to get the ball out of her hands. So I thought today. I thought her second half was great. I thought and we're trying to get her to be that floor general that you mentioned. And then, these guys off the court all support each other, and they've been practicing hard. They came back from, I think too, as you guys know too, at Northwestern, finals week is tough here. We went from finals week right to Maryland, and then, we came back from break. I was a little concerned because we had just won, won by 20 against Bradley, opened the game up here, and then went to Philly and won, and then we have 9 days without playing. I wasn't sure how that was going to go, so I thought we answered the bell today, and I thought, some of the older players I leaned on.
Coach, you have 24 assists on 28 made baskets. Can you kind of speak to that philosophy of the team and having your 2 point guards in Caileigh and Caileigh combining for 15?
Yeah, I thought they both they stayed aggressive. Were able to get into the lane, and I thought made really good decisions, especially in the fourth quarter where they were able to find Paige and Caileigh and got some big buckets. Found Mel, different. And then in transition, we started, both of them got out and started to make the extra pass. So we're a team in progress, like a lot of teams, this time of year. But those two, this is Casey's, freshman year, and in Philly, she was just her hometown. She had it packed. She was 6 for 7, I think, against Temple, and I think she'll just do whatever you need to win. She's got no ego and plays really hard. Made some big defensive stops today. So proud of both of them.
Coach, when we asked Caileigh and Melannie if this Rutgers game was something they had circled on the calendar because it was the team that sent them home, they said, hell yes. Is that an attitude that comes from the top down, or is that something that comes from the locker room? What do you have to say about that?
I think that's part of being in the Big Ten. When you play and Caileigh's from Jersey, she grew up probably 30 minutes from Rutgers, and we got a lot of kids on this team that are from the East Coast. So the Temple game, we had a lot of people. Rutgers has been a powerhouse in women's basketball for 40 years, and so they got to. And then we had 2 tough games last year. They beat us in the Big Ten tournament. So you want to I think bigger picture, you want to play well today, but I think, there's a little bit of last year stuck in maybe some of their heads of the game too at Rutgers, where we had a 10-point lead in the first half, couldn't hold it. And, Rutgers competes as hard as anybody in the league, so, it's a tough out. Good point. Yeah.
If anyone has another question. Good.
Guys, appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Happy holidays.
Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Don't party too hard.
Let me tell you, 2013 was for a lot of reasons, a memorable year, but mostly good. Mostly good. We've had some tough things as a family, so we're excited about next year.
Sorry about the talk.
Yeah, we've had a tough December.
Rough
Appreciate it.
month.
Yeah, thank you.
You're in our prayers over this.
Thank you.
And don't let Shaylin drag you out to any wild parties or anything.
We got a flight on Monday.
Well, Tuesday.
Playing to
Game
Tennessee.
on Tuesday, right?
Yeah, Tuesday. Oh, I
Flight
thought you said we
on-
got to
no,
play.
we got to
Plane.
make the
I
flight.
thought,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I'm gonna play.
Yeah, we had 10 of my Big Ten championship team players here today. And they were all in the locker room. There's a big picture of them, of us winning the championship that year. And ironically, I was telling you, when we beat Maryland here, it was New Year's Eve. I'll leave the rest of that alone. And we were up 30 at one point against Maryland, which never happens. So they, I'm not sure that they self-inflicted a curfew that night, but some things you don't want to know. Thanks, guys.
Thank